think it was 3 times that I did have a gun pulled on me on my mission, just tracting, which is interesting. You think, United States, you're pretty good there. One time it was interesting because we were tracting and we were talking about the experiences that we had with people pulling guns on us. And the next door we knocked on, the guy that I was talking to, I held out my hand to shake his hand, and big old white beard in overalls, this big guy, and his hand's behind his back. And as I go out to shake his hand, his right hand comes to meet mine, and it's just a gun right there instead of a hand. And that kind of freaked me out, but that was an interesting experience. He just said to get out of here, so we're like, all right, we love you, like, have a good day, and just kind of walked away. A lot of funny experiences, though, that were just, good adventures from each area. I know this one is kind of interesting with just since how cold it gets in Klamath Falls. There was actually a dog that we found that didn't make it in for the night on the doorstep, and we had to let the owner kind of know. That was some sad news that we had to break to the guy. One of my companions got shot with a paintball as he's just walking down the street, and he thought it was a real gun because he reaches over and grabs his arm, and it's dark, so he sees this, it was paint, but he thought it was blood, and so he was freaking out, but he was all right. There was so many funny experiences with converts. We took a convert tracting once, and he was a convert from paganism, and we tracked into a lady that she's like, well, I'm pagan, and he pipes up and says, hey, I'm pagan too, and he continues to take off his shirt and show her this pagan tattoo, and lifts up his his shorts and shows her another one. And it was really interesting. I guess it was a blessing that we took him tracting, but it was definitely not the representation of the church we were hoping for. So in Eugene, we definitely ran into a lot of in Eugene. It's also lots of people travel with bicycles, and so there's a lot of bicycle theft. That's another statistic that was kind of jumped out at me, was bicycle theft per capita was crazy. You'd go to the public library and there's rows of bicycles parked, and you wouldn't get your bike stolen, but you'd get your tire stolen or your light off the front, and so you just see there wasn't even spaces for bikes to park anymore. There's just all these bikes that were abandoned because they couldn't ride them home. And so I actually had my bike stolen just after Christmas one year, on my dad's birthday actually. So I got to walk home, and we knew who stole it, but we couldn't do much about it because it was in his house and couldn't really prove that it was ours. So yeah, just experiences that you don't really forget. The one time though with that storm, the 8 inches of snow, since they said that we couldn't use our cars, they said we had to park our cars, then we got our bikes out, which wasn't the smartest idea, sliding around on bikes. But I just remember my companion, he's ahead of me, and we're on this street residential area, and there's speed bumps that he kind of forgot about. And they're not the ones that go berm all the way across the street. They're kind of mounted in the middle. And so he went on the speed bumps just at the perfect, angle, and bike slips out from under him. He's on the ground. I'm laughing. I probably shouldn't have been laughing. But he got back up on his bike. He's still ahead of me. Next bump, same thing. Wipes out again. And I just remember that day was really... We thought we were working really hard, especially since it was, we could have just been in our apartment since it was crazy weather and stuff, but nobody let us in that whole day. Just -8 degrees, and tons of snow and no one had any sympathy or pity. And so, but definitely slept really, really well that night. So it's a good experience.